Hi, after watching this video, you'll be able to make animations like the one playing on the screen. I'll teach you how to make such animations using Canva. So let's get into it. The first thing that you want to do will be to navigate to elements, right? And then when you are in elements, you can search for graphics in there. So let's search for an Apple Street, right? That already up. Click on that, and then you want to select and filter by graphics once you get here. Right, I'll get the first one that comes up, put it onto my page, and then I need to expand that so that it fits into the page. Right, it looks fine. So now I want to add an object onto this that will animate, right? So we can search for walking to get a person who is walking, right? And then you want to filter by graphics again, right? And then you can choose any of these objects, right? So I'll pick this one up, and then I want to flip horizontally because I want to animate him walking in the opposite direction to the one that is facing now. So I'll flip him horizontally so that he's facing the other direction, and then I'll resize the person so that they look like a normal size in relation to the other objects in the scene there. So then you want to click on animate, right, on your panel, and then once that is done, this comes up, right? You click on this button. When this is up, on your keyboard, right, you need to press shift, right? Press shift and then click on the mouse and hold, and then you create a path for your object. Alright, so I'll reduce the speed since this is a working person, so you can adjust the speed there. And then for the movement style, you want to change that to what? To steering. Right, so let's add the second object to our scene there. Let's search for a car. Right, we can add a car that will be moving on the road. I'll pick under graphics again. So I'll get the first one that comes up. Looks nice with the scene and it's blending nicely. So let me resize that so that it also looks like a normal size when viewed in relation to the other objects on the scene. Alright, that looks fine. So now again, we want to animate, right, the object. So let's click on animate. Once animate is up, you want to click on create animation. Right, again on the keyboard, you hold the shift key. Right, then left click on your mouse and then you drag to create the path. Right, that looks good. Now we need to change the movement style again to steering. So since this is a car, it needs to move faster than the person in the image. Will just increase the speed slightly. Right, there our first scene is done. So we can add a new page just to animate something different. And then let's search for landscape. Landscape is up. Right, let's choose this one here. Right, I'll expand this again to fit onto the page. Alright, that looks about right. Okay, so now we can search for an object that we can add into the scene. So let's go there and search for jogging, right? And then we want to filter again by graphics. Okay, I'll choose this lady who's doing a jog in here. So then I'll resize again so that she looks a good size in relation to the other objects. Right, that looks fine. Right, we need to animate. Click on animate, and then when the animation panel comes up, click on create animation. Again on the keyboard, press the shift key. On the mouse, you click, and then you create your path. Oh, my bad there. Let's start that again. Shift, and then we create our path there. Right, that looks right. Alright, we need to reduce your speed so that she's at a jogging pace. And then we can change this one to steady. Right, let's expand that a bit. Alright, that looks fine. We can just reduce the time of our clip there to be around 6 seconds, and then we can add a transition in between the scenes, right? So we can select this take this line one. I'll go with line one. Now let's play and see what we have so far in this scenes. Okay, they have created an animation, sorry. That's the first scene. That's the last scene. Right, and yeah, let's try and do one more scene. Guys, I'm going to use some items from my recent searches that I've been playing around with, because I want to show you something fun, right? How to add drawing to an animated scene. So I'll get this landscape, put it onto the page, and then yeah, just expand it so that it fills the whole page. Alright, this looks, yeah, that looks perfect. And then I want to get an object, so I'll get this walking lady, resize it. Right, that looks fine. Now to animate, remember, click on animate, and then once this panel comes up, you click on create an animation, right? And on this part now, remember, shift key on your keyboard, right, and then click on the mouse, and then you drag, right, to create a path for your object. Right, so we'll reduce the speed to, since she's walking, we'll reduce your speed to the lowest, and then we want to put a movement style of straight there. Yeah, that looks fine. So now we want to add rain to this scene, right? So what we're going to do, go back to elements, and I'll use a video of rain, right? So I'll put it in there. So if you want to search for that, right, you go to your elements, and then you click on rain, and then videos, right? So that's why you get this. So yeah, let's expand it so that it fits the whole page, my bad, so that it fits into the whole page. Alright, something like that. Right, so now you may be wondering, it's covering our scene, so what's up with that? Okay, so we just need to reduce the transparency, right, crank it all the way down to 13, just a little bit, 14, that looks fine. Right, now we reduce the duration of our final clip. Let's make it around 5 seconds like the rest of the clips. Right, so now we can just take a look at this. Yeah, looks neat and nice. So we can just take a look at what we have at the end of the video when everything is in place. So these are just random scenes, of course, but with this neat skill, you can put something together to create a YouTube video, a story maybe for a children's channel, or something fun just for a presentation. So that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed. You can experiment with this, and after your time, you can comment down below, on the video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Cheers. Catch you on the next one.